So the only thing I really know is where to start the DLC. And I believe it's right next to the Whispers. I have to crank up the volume a bit, I think. Did I take my equipment off? No. Oh, I remember now. Yeah, you don't whip out your equipment until you're out of, camp, I think? Thought this was Revolver. No, yeah, it has that, definitely has that presentation for sure. Just walk out a bit. Yeah. I'm gonna say flat out, I'm gonna suck at this at the very beginning, I'm sure. Having not played this in so long, I am absolutely sure I'm just gonna be complete trash at this. So does it show me? Hold on a sec. What's the, Oh, here we go. Yeah. They just flat out, yeah. They just, cool, let's go. They just flat out give you the quest. Where are we? Here we go, the Whispers. Man, I gotta say though, I really wish Absolver did well. I hope, so they have a second game. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, they have another game coming out. I hope that game does well. I don't know when it's coming out. I remember them posting some shots of it, and it looked like Absolver and Warframe had a love child. All right, where are we going here? Hey, Yokel. I'm pretty confident they put some art up. Why did I get rid of my shield? Did I, oh, I just had to unequip it, okay. It's all coming back to me. It's been so long since I played this. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I really do not remember this shit very well at all. What did I map to? What is mapped to up? I don't even remember. I should probably look up the controls. I'm totally like blanking on everything. I don't want to rebind, I just want to look at them. Where was D-pad up? Backing companion, okay. Alright. This is how long it's been. I'm totally blanking on everything. The funny thing is I just missed the game. Like, I wanted to play it for a while. I'm hoping that Nightstorm has a, oh, geez, hello. I'm hoping that Nightstorm has a really big, like, gigantic dungeon somewhere. I'm trying to see if I can see any of those little, here we go, yeah. Can't see where it went. There we go. Yeah, I think it's the next game from Slow Clap. Pretty sure. It's, oh, it's up there. It is literally okay. Well, that was a mistake. That was absolutely a mistake. Oh, are you Cole? Looks like you are. Hey.
There you are, my fellow pioneer. Always good to find others who seek the murkier corners of this world. Beyond these troubled waters lies Nightstorm Isle. Oh, the bright rewards it harbors in its beshadowed caves. I'm on my way back to Nightstorm Isle now. Why not come with me? Uncover these umbral secrets for yourself.
Sure. I'm gonna Google to see if I can figure out who, what they're doing next.
Please do not be alarmed. I am here for my daughter, my Ishra. I can still remember our last morning, the wicked smile as she refused her breakfast. The tears when she tore her dress. The silence when she was gone. With my mended lyre, I have woven her tattered whispers into a thread. That delicate cord has led me to this forsaken isle, Nightstorm. This was not your reason for coming here. My tragedy is not yours to bear. Yet I hope you will help me nonetheless. How Ishra survives, what she has become, I do not know. Nor do I need to. I am her mother, and I will protect my daughter as I could never do before.
Secrets abound on this rugged rock. Perhaps the Echo's daughter is one of them.
Oh, she's going with, okay. And she's in the updated Jerp too.
If you find this Ishra that Amara spoke of, bring her to my hut. She and I can trade chilling stories of our experiences in Nightstorm. I'm heading back to the mainland to trade with the Whispers folk. If you find Nightstorm a bit daunting, you can always come with me.
No, I'll stay.
You're woven of stern threads indeed, my friend. Still, let me know when things start to unravel, and I'll get you out of here.
Wow, that looks good. Just like even the very beginning, just on the way in. I feel like they this must be where they're starting to get their to kind of get some like a little more settled in. Usually the DLC is like for whatever game it is a bit more like they usually go the extra mile with whatever they're doing visually. Remembering why I mentioned Warframe as an inspiration? Oh, I don't know. There are some screenshots that, or well, models or whatever, that just kind of were reminiscent. Just like I don't know. They seemed like very sharp, edgy, refined. I don't know how to explain it. Wonder how difficult everything's going to be. Yeah, it's not quite Warframes. Maybe Ashen mixed with Warframe mixed with some of the character designs in the Phantom Menace, Star Wars. I don't know, just got that feel. These guys could one-shot you. These guys were not the safest thing to fight. I think the indie scene is going to be where art gets more developed. I don't necessarily think that it's going to be in the AAA space. AAA space is looking for safer games. Nice. And we'll get the better upgrade materials here too. How much damage do these do? There was a build that I had at some point with some pretty hefty regen. Oh god. Oh, just jump on in then. Oh, was this the build that had regen? I'm looking at my health bar to see if it's going up or not. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that I was using to basically stall out the final boss as much as possible before I kind of got it in. Like, something didn't click with the final boss for this game for me. I don't quite know what it was. I just couldn't. I got really frustrated for just like it was a way easier fight than I was making it out to be, and I was getting really frustrated, and I was getting really upset about the run back being so long. But the run back is like not even that long, anyways. I don't know if I just had like I was in a bad mood or something that day. But then I just came back the next day and shit on it. It was a really short. It was like a super short stream. And it just, I don't know, I guess taking a step back, I was thinking too hard, absolutely. 100%. This game is way more straightforward, and I guess I had expected it to be like maybe it was some conditioning from like the extremely some of the scenes in this game look amazing. Maybe it was because like all the big dungeons in the game were extremely long and extremely difficult. Oh wow, that was quick. I guess you could just... I thought these things had a shit ton more health. I don't remember Spears doing that much. Still feel kind of on edge about buying the game. I would say don't judge it by the first few hours, because it's definitely like extremely, like if you're looking for a difficult Souls-like experience, the beginning is definitely not it. The parts that really stood out were very late. Any of the big dungeons, really, they were Demon Souls-esque. And there's a few of them. Basically, like before some of the bigger bosses, there were these giant, like Demon Souls-esque just massive gauntlets. Like, it feels very much like, you know how you go through the mines in 2-1 or I guess it's 2-2 in Demon Souls. It's very much like that. Well, Yakuza isn't a bad choice as well, so it's not like you're definitely gonna, one way or another, you're gonna have an enjoyable experience.
If Ishra isn't on the surface, then she must be with the Brawl. I pity the poor woman. The Brawl of Nightstorm are cruel hosts indeed. If Amara's daughter is stranded down below, I'm afraid there's little choice. Those Brawl-infested caverns are calling to you. As you search, bear in mind that Amara is an echo from the past. With so much time gone by, her little girl will be a little girl no more. There's a cave by the falls. It's the quickest way I know into Brawl territory. Tread carefully, and you may still lead poor Ishra into the light.
Hey, I still have my Vita. The Vita had a few great games and a very high attach rate. I didn't play Salt and Sanctuary on the Vita though. I played it on PC. I think I may have played the PS4 version as well. I don't know. But no, Salt and Sanctuary was the game that was it still is by far the most Souls feel experience that I've ever had in a 2D Souls-like. It just, like, it absolutely just has that feel to a T. Just the pacing is so, and the feel, the atmosphere is so perfectly, like, it has it. I don't think I've played a 2D game since that is exactly like that. They just all don't quite just revel in it. Like, Salt and Sanctuary just, like, wallows in it. It's this game that celebrates this horrible, oppressive atmosphere so well. Do you have anything I can do with, or grab, or collect, or anything? And a massive problem with level design? Just the drab colors? What did you think about Bloodborne? And did you beat Salt and Sanctuary, or because there was some pretty good variety. I mean, it all was very muted for sure. Kind of want to see. How is this? It is less defense. $30.70. I think I'm gonna stick with this. Hey, Schubert. Bloodborne had lots of defining elements and different. Really? I felt like that game was devoid of good landmarks, and had very noisy presentation. I felt it was difficult to read. Also, it bothered me to no end that it was sub 25 FPS all the time. I would give Bloodborne another shot if they ported it to PC. Even though I finished it a couple times and didn't enjoy a single playthrough at all. Like, Bloodborne was one of the fastest games that I had gone, like, out of all the Souls-style games. It was the game that I wanted to escape before I finished. Like, I didn't want to see the end. I didn't care. And I only finished it to get it over with. I think I still have all the VODs for that. I should consider uploading it at some point. I don't know. I have most of my Dark Souls 3 VODs from the first playthrough, just not the very beginning. Don't have the Dark Souls 2 ones, and I only have I think I have my Dark Souls Remastered playthrough. I don't know if anybody cares about that though. But where's your favorite Souls like? Well, in that case, then maybe, like, I don't know if you would like this game then, because it is so contrary to a lot of Bloodborne. Oh, fine. I'll take my lantern out. Oh, hello. You gonna come back out? He's gonna look at me. Okay. Yeah, the Bloodborne is cool. Are we already entering the first big giant, basically a dungeon, like the first giant run through a long ass area? We might. Jeez, okay, these guys are everywhere. Played Dark Souls 2 recently, and your opinion has changed. You don't hate the game? Well, I've gone back to it a few times. I still like it. Or do you hate Bloodborne? Now is the test of truth, Schubert. Are you allowed to stay in the channel or not? Oh. Oh man, okay. I'm gonna set this over here real quick. I feel like cocoon bred fish people. You do enjoy just a dark Souls and experience, but Bloodborne is just a focused and good experience. Really? I feel like that gets said a lot by people who want a purely aesthetic experience and have no interest in the quality of the gameplay. Like in terms of like combat tuning, in terms of the structure of the levels and not the aesthetics of the levels, I feel that the people who focus on that tended to not like Bloodborne. The people who are entirely about the lore and the general style, I gotta pay more attention. I'm so glad I'm wearing this helm thing. I can't even review it, can I? The Geffin's Blessing. Felt like Dark Souls 2 at least was sort of the most mechanically diverse, even if it wasn't very well tuned. Alright. You defend Dark Souls 2 a lot? Yeah, their tuning and their formulas for defense are pretty bad. Their stamina balance is probably the best in the series. And yeah, absolutely the most innovative for sure, mechanically. On top of that, hey Cannon. On top of that, what was I going to say? I totally missed it. So not only their mechanics were interesting, but I think they had the most interesting things happening with their levels. So I think that was something that I feel like people miss out on. All of the random like functional elements of their levels, how well the enemy encounters interacted with their levels. But I feel like people decide that it's not Dark Souls 1 or Bloodborne in the level, like the aesthetic style overall of the world. Or they see that the levels, each individual area doesn't connect very well. And that's the kicker. They just can't. That's all it takes. And it kind of, one of the things as somebody who like works on games for a living, I found it super striking. that players play so much for feel that they will ignore everything else. Players are so driven by like the raw emotional presence of a game that they will ignore everything else. I thought there was another dude back there. Undead Purgatory in the castle at the beginning were the only levels you liked in Dark Souls 1? Purgatory? You mean Dark Souls 2 or... I thought Amana was cool to look at. I thought Amana was very difficult. I think, like, the sort of having to very carefully, like... Oh, I get shit on. I think the... Dark Souls 2 post the tuning... for Amana. I think, like, Amana after the tuning was pretty good. You never really liked any vanilla levels in Dark Souls 2 and the world design was nasty? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the DLC definitely made it way better, for sure. I don't know. I liked the Bastille. I liked Hades, even if Hades was kind of simple. Forest is good. All the DLC areas were great. I like the walk up to the castle. You didn't like any of that, huh? Jeez, I'm never ready for these guys. What about the entire section leading up to Vendrick and everything? Why am I blanking on the name of the area? It was actually jarred when it was sunny entering the tunnel and rainy exiting it. Oh. I don't know, I thought that was kind of trying to, like... My impression of it... Undead Crypt, yeah. I didn't find it jarring. I thought they were basically trying to illustrate the, that sort of, like, the transition of your journey from, like, here's a pivotal moment. I mean, considering how time is somewhat convoluted in Souls anyways. How do I get over there? Oh, okay. It's silly? How is it silly? Have you ever lived in Florida? Florida is like raining on... Well, even in Texas has been like that. Raining on one side, and of like, for example, it could be raining on one side of your house, and then like freaking bright and sunny on the other. And that's just been that's not uncommon. You know, it's kind of like there are certain cloud formations that people think are just fantasy shit until they see it in real life. They're like, oh my god, this is from that video game. I guess, like, the funny thing is people want all these fantastical elements in the game, but they won't believe stuff that exists in real life. Like, lots and lots of, like, weird ass plants and trees and shit. But it's like, nah, these aren't fucking. This isn't the Avatar, the Avatar movie. This is real life foliage. Yeah, you don't think it be like it is, but it do. I was born in Florida. I had that experience like consistently for a while. It was weird, and it stuck to my brain. All this scoria that I'm not going to put to use. Probably not. No, I was going to look for one of those statues I could throw a spear at. Even when you're in the limit of a rain cloud, at least you don't think it's that weird feeling. It's a non-visual reason? Oh. And yeah, so like not only like sun out raining, that's a thing, but then also man, this place is so cool to look at. Check this shit out. Sorry, I just feel like I need to shout it out while I'm watching it, all distracted by it. This is sort of like, so like some of the other interior areas were like crazy caves and like abandoned empty palaces with their like closed to the light and everything, and this is like jungle cave. Look how long I've been running without any sort of like bonfire, save, anything. Back when I was in Michigan, there's another one over there. Yep. It was raining and snowing at the same time, and that's happened more than once. Should be a bit more careful. You've only seen snow in real life once in your life. Well, even reminds you of Journey. Probably the art style and the drop-in, drop-out companions. I've got to pay more attention with these guys. It's such a good thing that I'm using. I'm basically using the easygoing travel set of. I'm using basically Geffin's Blessing, which is if you wait long enough, you have damage resistance, and then you're immune to a single hit. And then I have 2 different significant boost to health, and one will give me regen. And the regen's good. Like, this is a proper regen build. This is like Demon Souls regen build. So I could sort of casually run through this and not be so, worried. I just love the presentation of this game. Alright, we're good. Like, the pitfalls in this game are scary. Because Dark Souls 1 especially trusts you, like, it causes you to not trust not trust your platforming ability at all. But this game is really really friendly about it. Zen and Black Mesa? Yeah, I can see that. Lots of jumps. Kind of unfamiliar unfamiliar foliage and shit. Sorry, I'm kind of yawning already. Ooh, a little tired. And behind. Ooh, that dude in the background buffed him. Is that a heal or is that gonna be? Will they come back to life? Is that what I wanted? Oh, come on. Let me have some fun with this. I'll just soak up all the damage. Fine. Oh, jeez. Okay. Mara is legit. How did I like Nier Automata? Amazing. Super, super good. Maybe a little bit too easy. I would say explore, take a look at it in hard mode, because apparently, mop into the whispers. I need to get rid of something. What I'm hearing about Automata is that, so I had thought that, what should I get rid of? I'll get rid of the cricket. I'll use one. Okay. What I thought I heard was that they had two difficulty modes. Broken hard, like impossible, and then like normal. And that seems to not be the case. It seems that there basically was a proper, like, regular challenge hard that might have been more interesting to play. But I was fine walking through it relatively easy, except for maybe a boss or two that were kind of challenging. The story was cool. The gameplay was amazing, just because of like the extremely regular transitions between a character action game, more action RPG, swing stick shooter, rail shooter, horizontal shooter, platformer. Like, they never let you get bored. Like, that was one of the things that was really nice. They just kept going. Music was so good. There were a lot of good boss fights. So good all around. Definitely recommend. I need to figure out what she's using. She's using something crazy. What are you actually... I'm trying to figure out what these guys are actually doing. Also, the English dub for Nier Automata was actually pretty good. I know there were some complaints about it in terms of how accurate the localization was, but it's still good. Yeah, health regen was really, really late. Like, I wasn't able to get it until pretty much the end of the game. But it's good. Not only, so it's not just regen, but I also, if I wait long enough, I sort of grow the, basically, like, they call it Geffin's Blessing, but I grow this, like, this helm, basically fills up and becomes like sort of like, I don't know, like antlers or whatever, like roots and or coral or whatever. And when it's fully grown, I can take one hit. I just 100% damage reduction. And infinite poise as well. So I mean, it takes, 20, 30 seconds to build up of not being hit. But usually it means that you're ambush proof and you can take the hit and not worry about it so much. Yeah, sure, Bert. I'm totally fine with more abstract presentation, this sort of like soft watercolory kind of style. It's like so like pleasing to look at. Even the areas that are incredibly harsh, just gameplay wise, I never get bored of looking at it. Careful. Oh no! She's gone. She'll be back. It'll take some time. It'll be a bit, though. She'll kind of just show up, let's say, a couple minutes down the road, she'll just, randomly wander up to you. And if you're playing online, and I don't think I'm either not online or people aren't online right now, but people can just show up. They'll very much like Journey. They'll just suddenly you'll be right next to them. It's kind of almost like they're ostracizing a god or something. Hey, Windfish is back. How's it going?
I've watched you from the crawl spaces behind these walls. I'm a referent to these prowling darklings, but you're a ferocious Einar. Which is why I must now leave you to walk this treacherous trail alone. The brawl will gut me the moment I show my face. While I might not be able to help you, I can still believe in you. No matter the cost, you'll find Amara's daughter. I know it. Beyond this gate, the night gets deeper, and its children grow stronger. Ishra must be down there, shackled in the darkest of all prisons.
Dungeon start? Maybe dungeon start. Cool. Yeah. Like, you're the best. I'm gonna throw you to a volcano now. Could be. Man, I have so much Scoria. So the number at the top left is basically my soul count, and I really should spend it. I don't know what I'm gonna lose it all. Oh yeah, no. We absolutely, human history is cruel, and wow, damn. This is like that one area, what is the name of that area? Alagriac. So, can I bring up the map? Can I, like, actually go to it? Here, okay, so cool. How do I zoom out? Trigger. Oh, I can't. Can I go back to one of the other areas? I can't. I can't. I wanted to view the other areas. I don't think I can do that. But there's another area, there's another city outside that looks like this. Oh, we got a slide coming. Right? Yeah. Sounds like a bit of chaos. Ah, this is cool. I love these little, like, I'm so glad that they're going, like, they're willing to have, like, these kind of, like, night, dark cave areas. This is super cool. Whenever they've committed to, like, urban-looking areas, they've always been really cool. Oh, jeez. Well, I pay more attention. Not really using the shield much. This is kind of a... I should just stick with the lantern for now. Was that... Did they just do effectively Sacred Flame? Or not Sacred Flame? Or yeah. Tried to grab me. Didn't I play Kenshi 2? Yeah, I have, I left off at like 190 hours and I had conquered the world. I ran into things that were threatening. The only way I could make it interesting, I think, would be to start over. And they've had like tons of big updates since then, so... Kinda should. My playthrough of Kenshi was legendary. I want to get that to YouTube, but it's like... it's 192 hours, so I don't know how to split it up. Plus, it had lots of times when I would need to kind of edit it a little bit. Because there were lots of times when I would, like... have... I think I would either have music playing, or... I would be, like... in the middle of, like, a 15-hour session, I'd be like having dinner or whatever, and I'd have the microphone muted while it just sat there and my characters were grinding. Death flies swiftly in the darkness. I kind of want to get this figured out. I think that's exactly what I'm aiming for, Schubert. Cool but weird. Hey, what is this doing here? Get in there. Why am I wasting inventory space? I am taste. I am very taste. But you want to bleach your tongue afterwards in the COVID universe. think my character is like so over leveled for this. Like, I think I like so this area is accessible from the Whispers, which is kind of like pretty early in the game. So I know they generally like the difficulty wouldn't necessarily be exactly there because you can make it. You have the option. They basically tell you if it's too hard, come back later and you'll be fine. Oh, jeez, all right. But this is definitely not like post-endgame content, and I'm kind of happy about that because with a lot of the DLCs for these types of games, they take a while to come out, and they tend to basically be like directly post-endgame content. It's like, what was I doing? How do I play this game? And the Dishonored 1 DLC, the one where you play it as Dowd, the Knife of Dunwall, I guess. You basically had to be like as good as you would have been at the very end of the first game and remember everything about it. And I had such a tough experience because I sucked at it so bad. I definitely kind of feel like some DLCs that are built around post endgame difficulty. Is he reviving dudes? If they're built around post endgame difficulty, they kind of need like a primer. They need to include something that allows you to warm up a bit, especially for games where you can't revisit, or you can't do anything substantial by revisiting early game content. Although, of course, if it's your first time playing the game and you buy the Game of the Year edition or whatever, and you get all the DLC along with it, I kind of feel like it makes sense to basically extend out the end of the game. Tough call. I still have no idea what they're doing besides potentially regen, but I do so much damage that it doesn't matter. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe they're basically like they're just damage checking you at this point. No, it's actually okay. It's okay regen. Either test your ability to get to these guys and take them out. That's good. Either your ability to grind through it or to get to those dudes. Oh man, I love this goofy physics. No. Are you? Oh, okay, there you are. What happened there? How did you not get? What actually happened there? I can swear she fell. Did they immediately respawn her? No, she has her health chunked out. Alright, now you get off that ledge. Oh, this build is so good though. Look at that freaking regen. It's like rapid climbing back. Look at this area. This is such a cool place. This is kind of like a more mystical version of No Man's Wharf, but bigger and more fleshed out. Oh. Well. Was this the entrance? No. I'm not that lost. I think I need to find like a lever or something. Well, No Man's Wharf, once you do the Pharaoh's contraption at the in the center of it, it lights up very nice. And Light in Dark Souls 2 actually meant something. Your lock-on range could be increased by torches and stuff. Mantle of the Tinkerer. Oh, these are like villager gear. I think Sapien Moth's gonna get rid of. What's in Dark Souls 1? Light, the lock range being driven by light? There's only one place where the lock range is... two places where the lock range is different. And they're not even driven by the light. Your lock range doesn't increase in Tomb of the Giants based on light. It's always short. Chasm of the Abyss, I think, is the same thing. And the other one with different lock range is Duke's Archives, and it doesn't change based on your... This is the one I just dropped? Yeah. It doesn't change based on your light level. It just changes based on the area you're in. They just arbitrarily set it. There's nothing you can't just take out the Skull Lantern and make it longer distance. Yeah, Duke's really isn't strongly driven by light. I'd agree with that. But just in terms of the lock range being different at all, and there is light, yes, it just doesn't do anything besides make it darker. In Dark Souls 2, it actually does change your lock range. But the funny thing with Dark Souls 2 is that they had a missed opportunity, because they should have... So torches increase your lock range, all the time, which is great for especially if you're a spellcaster fighting, Lost Sinner, for example. But they could have made... what's it called? I don't think it was just called light. What was the name of the spell that was like a ball of light? Was that literally just called light? Whatever it was called, I can't remember. That spell did not increase your lock range. And it would have been a super great synergistic utility spell for sorcerers. And unfortunately, it didn't do anything. Cast light. My memory of the Souls games is great. It's like it's slowly withering. No regrets. I had my fun. Well, I would say maybe my only regret is that I did not diversify sooner. I should have played Souls more casually. Especially around the Dark Souls 2 era. I should have been willing to basically sit there and temper could be taken a couple different ways. But I like tempering eggs. I needed to mix in other games so that people would warm up to be playing non-Souls without curdling. Freaking overloaded words in the English language, man. When I took 7 months or so to try. Oh man, some of these areas are just like so cool to look at. Oh, I guess I'm not going up there. When I took this time to take a shot at full-time streaming back in the day, I really, really wished I had played other games. I also just wish I had. I wish that I had discovered sooner that I had sleep apnea. I wish that I knew a bit more about my health sooner. Kingsfield Dark Souls. I think the funny thing is that I'd imagine Kingsfield probably has the longer you. After you put it down, it probably has... Its legacy doesn't diminish as much. I've absolutely been typecast, 100%. But every Souls streamer gets the same problem. Like, you get known for Souls and nothing else. And it's because Souls is such a good stream game. I hate to admit it, too. Because it's like, I can't think of any other game that's so conducive to streaming. The pacing is just perfect for it. I keep wondering if Soulbrand has, if being in Soulbrand has kind of put me in a negative light for people. Like, Soulbrand had such a, like, the reputation had gotten so sour. Where's Amara? I wonder if people don't watch me just because I'm in Soulbrand. Even if, like, there's no negative connotation entering my stream. I think Soulbrand had attracted the ire of a lot of, like, super diehards that had very, like, two things. Very different perspectives on things like PvP and game balance. And people who view a lot of how games are played, how metas form, as very zero-sum. I feel like a ton of how I still don't know what they're doing. I feel like a ton of the conflict in the entirety of the world for gaming industries, everything, is entirely based on just the fact that nobody can understand that anybody getting anything doesn't immediately detract the experience, the world, you know, the enjoyability, whatever it is, doesn't detract from anybody else. You know, there is enough experience, there are enough resources, there's enough of everything to share around. The diehard part of the Soulbrand audience anyways are too busy doing tournaments and underwork. Yeah. Like, to be fair though, if I had that level of attention span, I'd probably be better off. I would probably have more viewers to a certain degree. Like if I could go back to Souls immediately and just be happy with it. And it would be cheaper. It would be so like it would be so much less expensive if I just wanted to play the same thing over and over again. I just realized Amara, she's gone. She must have gotten hit again. She must have got dunked again, and that was it. You're only allowed to go down so many times before you're out. Path of least resistance. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. You dick. It's one of the other dudes in the back, too. Ooh, this is not good. Pretty bad, actually. This is a bit of a problem. Finally got to get a D&D session going, and what was the highlight? What in particular happens? So, and by the way, you're playing on 3.5, right? So imagine it's going to be a little bit less intelligible than my understanding, not even experience, my understanding of a 5e. I wish I had gotten a chance to play some besides like one short session. Gotta get that character together for Cannon's game. I'll go back to exactly. Oh yeah. I mean, backstabbing is pretty much Dark Souls at this point, for better or for worse. I'm happy with something else. So it was like a travel episode, is what you're saying? Oh yeah, the lighting mod for Dark Souls 2. Yeah, and they also did some work to flesh out some areas a bit, like visually, a little more prop detail. That grab's scary. I hope I never get by it. I don't want to get, like... Oh shit, here we go. Amara, please. Come back. Oh man, here we go. Both of them. There we go, that's one. Where did I leave my lantern? I've been running for a while now. Oh, I guess I guess I either had it or maybe it despawned. Corpse of an aquatic elf was found on the beach with parasitic mushrooms growing out of him, Last of Us style. I wonder if by cremating him, you basically had closed off a significant piece of plot. Also got a job to clear out the sewers. Okay, that sounds pretty standard fare. If I'm not soft-banned in Dark Souls 2 at this point, I'd be shocked. And there's a very good reason, because I had forgot to go into offline mode while running the game with the debug binaries for in order to do the some work on the trilogy Collection Edition guide. Oh, I need him dead. One. Oops. Spores probably already spread. Okay. Wow, okay. They're really, really good at making the bigger structures look impressive. So they're so the fight so Dark Souls 2, the Royal Rat Authority, that boss. I always love the presentation and the lighting in that area leading up to that fight. Like before you walk close enough to get just shit stomped. It had a nice, like the lighting and the sense of scale were really good. The same as the fight for the lighting quality for Luxal Sentry was so crazy good, even in the base game, let alone remaster. I just like the way the shadows worked there. One of your party members researched at the library and got some big lore that this crazy epidemic involving parasitic mushrooms in the past. Oh yeah, Rat Covenant was an awesome, cool, like super, like the only problem with it. Whoa, geez, is that just like a bottomless pit, or is that? Can I walk on that? We're good. Okay. The only problem that I had with the rat areas and the bell areas is that you're not forced to go through it. Like that was like people talk a lot about how they don't like how Dark Souls 2 connects. That was one of the big ones. Like I can understand, like, okay, like the areas don't, like the lore doesn't connect as super well, or the areas thematically don't connect super well. But then the mechanical elements don't work, and I'm like, nah, like come on, don't be like this. Yeah, I think they played it safe. But man, the forest was fun. Everyone loved the forest. Oh, jeez. Well, I can always buy... I can always buy more spearheads. I felt like the areas in Dark Souls 2, at least, individually were really good. Like, I totally understand, yes, they don't connect very well thematically. They don't connect very well even thematically. I felt like it was better as, like, you know how, like, you have games as games and games as experience? I felt like it was more game as game in a way that was mechanically satisfying. But people just don't buy into that. It's like having an art style that you don't like. Like, for me, it's like, there's certain art styles for shmups that I probably would have liked. Like, all of the, like, cute 'em up and the, like, what is it? Not Perfect Cherry Blossom. It's the name of the whole not just Toho, or I guess Toho, yeah. You know, the where it's all like magical girl spellcastery, but like very super anime. Like Parodius, I think, probably was really, really good mechanically. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going here. But the presentation just wasn't for me. Like, I play shmups, and I usually will want, like, give me sci-fi lasers and shit, and, you know, that atmosphere. Either it's, like, super, like, arcadey sci-fi, like, tech emphasis, like Gradius, or give me the, like, space is this horrible mess, like, R-type. Give me, like, out there weird fish like Darius. But then, like, another example of not just the anime style. Did I literally just go all the way back for no reason? Hold on. If this is a cricket, Or Safety Moss, yeah, I just want the Atari back. What was the other one? Oh yeah, Guardian Legend. Shit, I need to play that. That I was actually interested in. So another example out of the anime style. I'm gonna get around to fucking Guardian Legend. I will. I promise. Oh, here we go. I had to promise. Maybe this weekend. We'll see. Depends on how the week goes. And I want to get some more recent backlog stuff out of the way too. There's a bunch of stuff I've been ignoring that I'm actually interested in. I'm forgetting there's actually a map in this game. It's so strange. Yeah, it pretty much lies. Lies and slander. Oh, this needs. I need a buddy here. Oh, come on, don't do me like that. You dick. Oh, there had to be two of them. What was I gonna say? Stand there? This is fine, I guess. Oh, so remember I was saying there are certain games, certain shmups thematically that I think mechanically are interesting, and they're otherwise really solid, and they just don't really appeal to me a ton. One of the examples, one of the strange examples, is Jamestown. Like, I think Jamestown is like, I still want to play it, but it's like lower on my list because I just don't like any of that sort of like Revolutionary War. Oh no, okay, we're good. That mixed with steam, like steampunk, I think is okay. It's not my favorite genre. The same way as like Sekiro and feudal Japan. Like, it's totally cool if you want to abandon the feudal Japan a little bit. They're getting chunky heals. Are those percentage? I think they are. Damn, okay, yeah. Those are a problem now. I think there's two of them doing the heals right now. Yeah, this ain't happening. Why does Rabby sound familiar? Apparently Neo 2 has a bunch of unarmed stuff that makes it more viable. I don't know what is going to have to happen for Neo 2 to get me interested in that game. I think I just don't like... The core gameplay to me seems like busy work. It seems like too much maintenance of, like, your... Too much, like, stamina maintenance. where you have those like I can't remember what it was called, like the key resets or whatever they're called. Key pulses. Yeah. It seemed like so much work. Metroidvania style bullet hell mix game. That sounds really familiar. Have I not looked at it before and expressed some interest in it? Because wasn't Neo 1? There you are. Where have you been? Wasn't Neo or not Neo? Wasn't Nier Nier 1 very bullet hell? I feel like it was. Both of the Neo games just seem like so much work. It's like it's almost like they put they basically they just added an arbitrary extra amount of effort into everything you do for Neo. That's kind of how I felt. Reefy, I don't know. It almost feels like, for me, it feels like I have to do a lot of work to get back to square one every time I play that game. Like anytime any combat experience in that game just felt like, to make it feel as good as, what is this? Ooh, another field, okay. It just felt like so much more work to have a basic level of ability. I would almost kind of feel like if you scaled the damage back in Street Fighter, and the only way you'd ever get any damage at a Street Fighter, oh no. If the only way that you ever got any damage in Street Fighter was that you needed to basically finish big combos. Kind of makes me wonder if I would like, oh no, I didn't mean to be still using these. Makes me wonder if I would like Killer Instinct, because Killer Instinct has a very need to cash it in combo system. Or, well, Killer Instinct. Oh, god damn it. The new Killer Instinct, not the old one, not Killer Instinct 1 or 2. I think the only fighting game that I really want to get into. Ooh. Can I talk to her? This looks very much like when you drop down in Chasm of the Abyss. The only fighting game that I really want to go back to, I would love to get revisited, is Fighter's Destiny. The scoring system in that game is so freaking genius. It was so ahead of its time. Okay, you're not gonna fight. Who are you?
You are a stranger.
Ooh.
And this is but a memory. The real me, the real Ishra, is alive and needs your help. I am a prisoner, and my jailer is a zealot of the shadows. His unholiness, Gravkis the Hallow, screeches his sermons in the city's upper mantles. Once Gravkis is dead, come to me at Watcher's Roost. The great dome is sealed by the zealot's incantations. His death will rip it open.
Okay, that was where I came before, and I was sitting there looking for a lever. Neo has a ton of skills where you can add more to your strings and a bunch of stuff. I did see that it had some Ninja Gaiden style combo stuff, and what I've seen in Ninja Gaiden, I don't think I would like it. It just okay. So it felt very much like Devil May Cry. It felt like the majority of what you do in that game. So with Devil May Cry, it felt like it's basically a character action game skate park, where like the simpler stuff is plenty enough to get you through, and the flashy stuff gives you no mechanical benefit. It just gives you style points. With Neo, I felt like you needed the flashy stuff just to get by, but it felt tedious. It didn't feel satisfying. It didn't feel like you could get the basics done, and then you could do extremely well and be extremely satisfying if you pushed it further. And that was kind of like where, on top of it being feudal Japan, and the presentation for it felt kind of generic. You know, I just couldn't get into it. I mean, if you need the extremely technical, input-heavy kind of setup, then yeah, Neo is definitely your thing. For me, nah, not so much. So notice I have two more uses of this sap, of this gourd, and that is it. We've been going a long time, and there has not been a single place to rest, and I haven't seen. Normally, you could see it from the ceiling somewhere. I don't see any place where the sap is collecting. Think of how long we've been going so far in this giant underground city, and there has been no healing. We're slowly. This is what was kind of cool about the. Oh no! Okay, this is kind of cool. Like what I found. Like this is where the game started to get cool for me. We were basically sitting there struggling against a very, very long gauntlet of like how long does it last? What are my resources? You know, where is everything that's threatening? You know. I really like that was what made Demon's Souls interesting for me, is that there were a lot of very, very difficult long levels that weren't necessarily difficult for each individual area. It's just that you would get so ground down over time. And like the tension built up, because if you know, the further out you go, the less confident you are that you're at the end. But on top of that, you have less and less resources, and everything is getting scarier and scarier. Pretty confident you could just buy enormous amounts of scoria at like a 10% penalty, and I really should just consider doing that. Next time I get to a place where I can save, or I can rest. Neo 2 levels are a fuck ton harder than the bosses so far. For the most part, bosses have been pushovers. It's a shame that I'm not sold by what I've seen in the game so far, because like I definitely like that style of like very worrisome, super long, difficult levels. In this, the cool thing is that it doesn't feel so much like a labyrinth. You know, there's a mix of open areas and there's a mix of very spooky long corridors. and I never feel super lost. Well, okay, more specifically, I never feel lost in a way that it feels arbitrary. You know, it doesn't feel like a maze. It doesn't feel like I'm being bullshit. Instead, it feels like I'm either exploring or I'm just delving deeper and deeper in the best of ways. Also, I really have got to start looking at that compass. Top of the screen. I tend to ignore it. One mission in the O2 that was really good so far. Like, it was at least a level quality Dark Souls 1 in terms of exploration. Maybe I should watch I don't know, I watched a bit of... I was going to say maybe I should watch a playthrough of it. I watched Marcus play it a bit. Man, I really wish, like... I almost wish my preferences for games were different, just so I can enjoy games that are, like, big mainstream ones. I feel like such a hipster. I mean, there are definitely mainstream games that I like. But I wish I liked Dead by Daylight. I wish I liked Call of Duty. You know, I wish that... Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Messiah. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust my legs. Caught on the coffee table. I've watched P play a bit. I think I'm not gonna watch P as much as I used to. I think there's other streamers that I think I enjoy more now. I think my tastes are changing. Also, honestly, like, bigger streams are difficult for me to watch because I don't feel a part of the audience. I don't feel engaged. Have I been? I've been alright, actually. It's kind of surprisingly alright since, especially since this whole, you know, the current COVID catastrophe we've been having. Yeah, immediately. You can't just not like something. You were forced to hate it. You can't be acquaintances. You must be friends or enemies. The funny thing with Fortnite is I almost feel like it's making so much money that they almost view it as like they must throw all their money at it. Because, like, any resource not put to that is a waste from them. Like, it must have such a huge return on the investment to make Fortnite that they just couldn't even, like, nothing, no variety, no nothing. Like, if once Fortnite collapses, I wonder what they're gonna do. I wonder how they're gonna, like, same thing with, like, Riot. Like, once League of Legends, oh, here's our dude. Once League of Legends stops being, man, what are we doing here? Probably hold on to the mushrooms for now. Man, there are really no little sap pool things. Well, I think people will eventually get bored of MOBAs. I don't know when. It might be like a major cultural shift. Maybe either audience gets bored. It's a big dude. Oh no! How many healers do you have? Oh shit! Okay, all right. Alright, and you have a spear? Oh, come on, why you gotta do me like this? Hold on, hold on. Amara, no. Oh, was that hitbox porn? Get your ads out of the way first. Okay, we're set. We're solid. It's good. Someone else is. Oh, you're the one. You're healing yourself. Guess that makes sense. All right, we're fine. It's getting a little worried since I got like no health left. GTA Online has been running for like 7 years, and each update gets more and more scummy with encouraging microtransactions, yet the game still generates billions. I think everything will have some endpoint to it. Probably couldn't delete Save the World because that was the original mode. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. They could just disable it, leave it vestigial. That doesn't. You could just disable shit and just remove that. That statement doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You absolutely can just flat out just say, okay, let's go ahead and just delete shit. You just got to clean up the. He's got to clean up whatever the connect. Either clean up the connections or just know enough about how you're. Where's my freaking lantern? It's just on me. Didn't I put this thing down? But no, like, removing shit and cleaning up the connections isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, even just disabling entrance into a game mode and changing up the UI if you have to, and leaving everything as it is totally possible. I mean, especially, like, if you work on an online game, you can, that's the sort of stuff you're able to change, like, live. Like, any game with, like, big capacity, any game, like, for example, turning on and off regions and shit, that's a thing you can just do. You have to build it into your game, but it's not fucking rocket science. But the thought that, oh god, their healer's all the way back there. The thought that you're stuck with it, like, no, Save the World could just be deleted. You could just turn it off and just take it out of the UI. No. Oh, the heals are super heavy, okay. Distract this guy. So I said at one point that there was infinite poise if you had the full Edgear. I don't think that's the case. There have been changes that just bleed over to the other mode. They recently imported a new physics engine and broke a lot of stuff. No, for sure, yeah. If shared resources, shared systems, absolutely. Some games will do things like, oh no. Some games will basically do things like separate out. What did I take? Cracking spears are great. Oh, well, this is 1-to-1 then. Some games will basically have duplicates of huge portions of their systems just in order to allow the backward compatibility. So that's not unexpected at all, no. But I mean, that's just a fact of life, though. If something is making them that much money, and that's a large part of how they're running their business, of course they're going to focus on the thing. And if the other thing doesn't matter at all, it has no impact on their business whatsoever, why would they invest anything into it? I mean, these companies they are businesses first. The entirety of how they operate is to make money, Oh, jeez. You're just right there. Alright. If you want games that are at least going to be... do something interesting on top of doing, you know, whatever the... I keep getting really worried about getting ambushed around the corners here now. If you want something that's going to be interesting and innovative and is going to be supported and like be more labor of love, then just play indie games. Like, why would you bother with Fortnite? You know, find some other, like, surely there is more than one game of any type that you're interested in. Like, look at me. Like, how many games have I played recently that are AAA? Not even many AA games that I've been playing lately. Well, I mean, considering that these games could get released across platform to platform to platform and still get sold, you know, people apparently like it. You know, and going back to the business point, I really don't want the mediums. Going back to the business point, if they're like primary focus, especially for any AAA developer, is just to make money, like, why? If you can do that sort of stuff, why not? So just play indie games. Indie devs will be happy to have you. And especially if the more indie games are able to do well and to flourish, oh god damn it, not one of these. And if I get Tackle, that is it. Even if they're flawed, I'm guessing Warframe. Warframe's devs have spoiled you to the point where you now expect every dev to have the create. Well, yeah, there's always going to be exceptions. But, yeah. I don't think I can wield spears. Oh, I guess they're technically two-handed. Why can't Amara be here? Bail me out. DE is still stubborn and do dumb shit. Digital Eclipse? Is it... Okay, so I might be a little bit out of date. That's the Warframe people, right? Or no? Digital Extremes. Who's Digital Eclipse, then? I shouldn't even be here. Why am I going this way? I need to go over there. I'm drunk. Just ignore me. Let me go into one of the scarier areas. They better call the new, now fully digital TennoCon. Why? Okay, so I don't know why I'm drawing blanks in so many of these things. What's TennoCon? Why have I know I've heard this. I know I've heard TennoCon. I cannot remember for the life of me. Maybe I actually have coronavirus and it's eating my brain. And that's why I can't remember shit. Why you gotta be... Oh, shit. Okay. So... Alright, hold on. Hold on a minute. I can't see what I'm doing. Oh, okay. Did anybody else notice that they basically pincer attacked me there for a second? They split up and then came back around. I wonder if that's built into their AI or that's luck. Oh, we're super dead. Oh, that's it. Yep. Oh, come on, man. TennoCon is essentially Warframe Con. So, okay, you guys have just mentioned this, and I just forget it. That's what's going on. Oh, you're so far back. Yeah, this is this is literally the very, very beginning of this area. Luckily, at least, I was heading back anyways. Unfortunately, to get my scoria, I gotta go way back. That's like 200,000 scoria waiting for me. I don't even really need it. You know what I should do first before I go grab my... I should go dump all of this crap that I'll figure out what to do with later. Alright, Windfish, let's go. Let's go back to Vagrant Rest. Yeah. So are they doing their con online as part of COVID-19? Man, looking back on this VOD's gonna be weird. Going, oh yeah, the world pretty much ended. I mean, obviously I'm being facetious. Hopefully nobody thinks that I'm equating this to like way worse things. I mean, this could end up being like full-on Spanish flu or something, but I'll put forth that modicum of optimism for now. And everybody wash your hands, please. What's my current weapon? +7. You know what? Let's just leave that alone. If they're giving me +3 weapons, then kind of goes to show what they expect for this area. But yeah, looking back on the stream and remembering like the big world-shaking event, I'm hoping that we don't hit like a mass hysteria point. Bi-weekly dev streams, I'd sit 4 devs down on a couch and just place all the cards on the table, even stuff they aren't sure about, they're open about. Yeah, it's tough to do. You have to build that rapport with the community on the way in. Because, like, especially if you don't have a very high amount of things that you do that the players want, or, like, to a T, 100%, like, or if your monetization strategy doesn't align with what players want, or, like, if you satisfy tons of players, but they're mostly casual, like, if they're not necessarily the super hardcore players, for example, and the super hardcore players come in and try to interrogate you on a stream or whatever, it's like, oh man, like, you don't really have a lot, like, you don't have a lot of ability to manage that. And then, players get upset and they take things personal, and then they decide to make news about shit that doesn't matter. I will always avoid, like the plague, any option of, like, dealing with a community, like a front. I never want to have a front-facing position in any way, ever again, for anything. Like, I don't ever want to deal with customers. I want to just make games and make them better in whatever way I can, and let somebody else manage, like, alright, well, what do they want to focus on? How do they want to placate the community? What's the next feature or event or whatever? Let somebody else do that shit. Players are too fickle and too difficult to understand. Like, for me, like, if I were to ever do that, oh jeez, I took so much damage there. For me, like, my focus as a developer, if I ever have my own agency, which, you know, obviously I don't with the stuff I work on. Like, I don't get to make high-end, you know, world-changing design decisions or whatever. I would never want to do that unless it's a game that I have, like, full agency to just make a game that I want to play. You know, make the game, make, like, my dream as best as I can carry it out. Whoa, okay, alright. How do we get back to her? She's a trooper. She's getting shit on. The issue with players is their individual people's specific opinions and ideas often contradict other players' opinions. Well, the other thing is that players will state what they think that they want, which isn't even what they want and isn't best for their enjoyment of a game. And you have to spend a lot of time, like, distilling what players say into what is purely going to increase their enjoyment. Not like, how do you best squeeze a player for money or whatever, yeah, bullshit. It's literally just, how do you figure out what the players actually want, rather than, like, a sort of, you know, they'll tell you, the players are really, really good at telling you how they feel, and that's usually really accurate. Players aren't really good at telling you what they want. Oh no, I'm out of mushrooms. Give me coconut. Let's just stand there. I'm gonna get dunked. Amara, you are so not helping. Coconut does like nothing. I don't know why I'm bringing it with me. Well, bear in mind though, Callion, I mean, you know, if you work for business people, you're at the mercy of what, you know, the business that they want to drive, and if, you know, if their focus is making money, it's like, yes, that's where you're at. What you also find is that that's the only way to get paid any decent amount as a game developer, because game developers are basically indie and struggling, or, you know, working for one of these big companies and getting paid okay, or, you know, getting criminal, like, most game development pay, like, almost overall, it's just like, for how difficult games are to develop, like, when you see web developers regularly getting, like, 100k positions, you know, starter salaries could be like 70, 80k, and that work isn't nearly as demanding unless you're, like, really, really high-end shit. This guy's gotta go. I gotta just get out of there. Oh, goddamn Namara, kill me. Also, I swear there's a mosquito in my apartment. I'm trying to find it. And it's dark in my apartment. I can't see shit. She's gone. I need enough stamina just to get out of here. Oh my god, we're super dead. I might try to get back to her. Hold on, Amara, I'm coming. I'm stupid, but I'm coming. DE is nice enough to take back monetization, it feels too much. In terms of what? Like, not monetizing it, or just cutting the prices down and giving people refunds? I feel like S2 did that when I worked for them. Yeah, it definitely seems like DE is the kind of developer you want. I wonder how well their monetization is working. They essentially made a slot machine for pet customization and they took it out. Did they, like, give people refunds afterwards, or? Where's my score? My score is right there. Oh, I wish I could give Amara some health. If she takes a big enough hit, that's going to be it. Gotta grind that one down. Here, get shit on. Here we go. 208,000. You don't think they did? They're not that nice. Some companies do. They aren't saints. Yeah, I mean, game development is expensive. I mean, game development is, like, it's such a gamble, too. Everything you put money into, like, if you really, really want to make money, you shouldn't develop games. It's, like, safer to just invest in stocks and shit. Unless you're, like, a top-end AAA developer. Or Minecraft. Oh, could she don't just run ahead? Did she open the door for me, or? No, she ran off a ledge or something. What happened? Did she get... I guess she got dunked. Is there a body around here? Beef, yeah. Yeah, like, all of that's like that. It's very difficult to kind of make, like, a solid guaranteed income from games. And if you're grinding for levels, if you're hurting for level ups, this area, dropping large scoria left and right. Warframe is free to play with paid premium currency you can reasonably acquire without paying. I remember everything I've seen of it felt very grindy, so I wonder if that's part of how they're economizing their content. Just people do it. People run it so often. There you are. I think there's some transitions into new areas where they forcibly respawn your companion. So remember how I mentioned earlier? So every while or so you see like random like butterflies and insects flying around and shit, and then like blades of grass or tree leaves or whatever. And I'm not sure if I'm misinterpreting that as a mosquito flying around in my apartment, but the reason why I'm convinced there's probably a mosquito in my apartment, I'll talk about the fact that I've been bitten once or twice already. Every time I pull into my garage, there's always like one or two mosquitoes either trying to figure out like how to move 2 inches to the left and enter my garage, or there's one like somewhere in a random corner of my garage, and I'm just waiting for one of them. Like as I step into my apartment, for one of them to sneak by. I smashed a couple of them already, but not a fan of mosquitoes. Anytime I go by like random like marshy, lakey, pond areas, any areas with hey, yeah, I see ya. Man, this like look at these areas. These are cool. I kind of wish I could take. Can you? They don't have like photo mode. I was gonna say I wonder if you could at least just turn off the UI for a bit. No. But I would love to take like area screenshots. Oh well. This at 4K would be a great background. Cosmetics are big sellers for games. Hey. Cool. Okay, so we won't get our windfish, so this is just like one of the regular ones. But at least we can rest. I don't think I can transport, right? No. Okay. It occurred to me I have no idea if coronavirus could be transmitted via mosquitoes. Oh shit. Is this not a boss fight? This is huge. I think they tell you. Yeah. This is where she's only character level 1, so this is probably not the end. It could be. Please find and consult my faded memory, yeah. Well, I probably should have done that. Well, I hope this is definitely a boss room. I can even see in the background. You have a growing problem with dengue, which is get transmitted. Yeah. That's in the US now, isn't it? Well, COVID could be pretty bad. I don't know. People are saying there's so many like mixed messages of super scary and then mild flu. I don't know. All right, what do we got? This has got to be a cool boss fight. No, it definitely isn't world ending. It's probably just like the fact that it can affect the people with compromised immune systems, the elderly. The fact that you can be asymptomatic for so long. Can you just like walk on it? Hold on a sec. So can you skip the boss fight? Assuming this is a boss fight. Well, let's just go. Let's do it. No, yeah. I definitely think people panic too much. Like, you don't need 50 million rolls of toilet paper. Oh, this is just her memory. Oh, you know what? I bet I can't open this up yet. Right? Hey.
If you are hearing this, then Gravkiss must be dead, and Watcher's Roost is open. But the Zealot was just a single fang in the great maw that awaits you. My true captor is Ryok, first of the Dark. He was chained by his own brawl, and I am but one of his shackles.
So Ryok was the one I was asking about at the end of the, like, when I finished playing the main game, was like, oh man, Ryok is out of the picture. I guess he's dead now. That sucks, because he sounded like a cool creature to fight, or, I don't know. I don't remember too much about what they described Ryok as. But it's good to see the last, I guess, of the Elder Dark.
I was barely a woman when Ryok's own children overthrew him. They tethered him to their ambitions and cast him into the pit of faces.
Okay, that was the mural then that we saw earlier when we were discussing whether or not it was out of reverence or not. Definitely not reverence. Absolutely not.
This city is a parasite feeding on Ryok's back. He now rages in his dreams, and should he awaken, his wrath will consume the world. Beyond this door, there's a path to the Ire Gate, the entrance to the Pit of Faces. Make your way to the Ire Gate and prepare to liberate the future from its accursed past.
Don't think I can open this. Nope. So, tomorrow, probably. Kind of weighing my options. I don't really need to go out right away. But I want to make sure that, like, if grocery stores do permanently close, besides just having limited hours and stuff, I do want to pick up some extra stuff. Tomorrow might be the day, and I might head out during lunch or something. What is this? Oh, it's a dude. I was like, I couldn't figure it out if it was like a stump. He's just cross-legged. One of the merchants, I think. But yeah, I'm hoping I can pick up some basic groceries. I'd love to pick up some just like chicken and stuff. Stuff that I can like cook up and freeze. Like lots of ground beef. I could buy like 4 or 5 pounds of ground beef and make like just meatballs and taco beef and stuff. And for once, I'll actually buy hard taco shells.
Keep the light, hide it, keep it, save it.
It's you again. Yeah. I'll go ahead and get myself some, just continually upgrade and upsell or uptrade my, for healing stuff. Yeah, and I should also just buy out my scoring as well. I'm glad this is a thing. I know it might be a little bit Care Bear, but I'm happy that I can store this stuff away. Is there anything else I care about? Now, I'll just get my way back up to more mushrooms, I think. That seems like a decent start. Is this... Do they really give you an item box out here? They do. I think it's a first. That they've actually gone and just said, alright, we'll just put a box out in the middle of your adventure. I'm cool with that. Yep. Put that away too. Or... Can't. Can I stack? Weird, I can't. Or... Okay, whatever. Time is it? 10:45. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. It's getting kind of late. I want to try to get into the habit of starting earlier. And luckily, considering I'm working from home for a bit, that'll be a lot easier.